Jiggy jiggy.
Hi creators! Hi creators! Hi creators, it's Claire from Right Counts, and today we're talking about bookkeeping. Hi creators, it's hi. Hi creators, it's Claire from Right Counts. Now, do you ever wonder how people ever manage to keep up with their bookkeeping? Today we are going to be talking about all about the habit of bookkeeping, and I'm going to share some tips with you on how you can create your own bookkeeping habit. But firstly, we need to bust a couple of myths about keeping up to date with your finances. So firstly, it is not magic. There's not some wand people have. There's not some secret squirrel that people know about, secret sauce that you don't. It is not magic. It really is a person or a system or a software categorizing and putting information together. Second, the myth: you do not need to love finances or love numbers. You can achieve this regardless. You just need to love your business, which you should have in spades. And then, thirdly, you do not need to be a particular sort of person. You can be creative, you can be analytical, you can be down to earth, you can be away with the fairies. It really doesn't matter. But you are going to need to show up and do the work, and I really do believe that it is achievable for every business owner. And a bookkeeping habit, building a bookkeeping habit is no different from building any other habit into your life. So, what is a habit? Well, something repeated regularly. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So let's look at a couple of factors that will help you build that elusive bookkeeping habit. And the first one is making it easy. Now, although I do actually believe you can make the actual process of doing your bookkeeping and finances easier, that's not actually the step I'm referring to here. The first step in building a habit, in building a bookkeeping habit, is making getting to do your bookkeeping easy. So what we want to do is make it easy to get started, to show up, to do our bookkeeping. So it's associated things with finance, things like saving all your financial emails to a particular folder in your emails, putting all your paper receipts into a particular place so you know exactly where they are, and like a key one, remembering your logon details or remembering where that sheet or that information is. What we need to do really is to reduce the potential barriers to actually getting started. And those barriers are often not literal physical barriers, but things we put in front of us that we have to jump over, hurdles before we can get started. So when we make it as easy as possible, like a folder in our emails, we don't have to worry about sifting through hundreds of emails to find the ones we want. We don't have to worry about going through 3 different handbags or 4 different places to look for receipts. We make it really easy to show up and do the work. So other examples of this might be like, create a group of bookmarks on your computer for the different aspects you may need to open to do your bookkeeping. Maybe you need some quick notes on like the instructions to download a particular report you always want, or do something that you do repeatedly. So you don't actually have to store that in your memory. You don't have to remember it. It's there, it's written down, it's really easy for you to do. So the question in this step is, what could you do to reduce the psychological barriers to getting started? How could you make getting started so easy? Because when you do this, it effectively takes less willpower, less motivation to sit down and do your bookkeeping. And that would really be the first step in making it a habit. So what's the second part of this? The second part, make it enjoyable. Again, you may not find the actual process of sitting down and categorizing transactions and reconciling accounts enjoyable as such, but you can make the experience enjoyable. So add a dash of something that you love, something that you enjoy. That could be food or drinks, it could be a coffee and a crossword, it could be a long quiet walk with the dog, or a cold glass of something afterwards. In essence, yes, we are bribing ourselves to do the job, but sometimes we all need a little bit of encouragement to do something that we don't enjoy. And what happens here, with enough repetition of this task and reward, our brain starts to associate the pleasure of the reward with the task of getting our bookkeeping done. And hopefully, eventually, over time, I hope you would realize that bookkeeping actually isn't that bad, and the reward becomes the satisfaction of having got it done and having it help our business as well, because that really is that feedback loop from keeping your finances up to date. Now, with the enjoyment part, just probably make sure you don't go overboard on the reward, especially if you're using the little and often approach of 15 minutes every day, because that would be a lot of rewards and it may not benefit your waistline or your wallet. Now, to summarize, easy and enjoyable probably aren't words that you associate with bookkeeping, but these are a couple of steps, a couple of things you can do to really help you make that bookkeeping into a habit. It isn't going to happen overnight, and like any habit, it is built over time. You're going to need to commit time in your schedule to it. That one should be obvious, and you're going to need to prioritize doing it as well. So try to avoid those distractions. Try to avoid only ever dealing with the urgent or not making your bookkeeping urgent. But building that bookkeeping habit, what it's going to do is going to help you to not only get your finances up to date, because you're going to have the time, you're going to sit down, you're going to do it, but it's going to keep you there as well. And once you are up to date, I find the time commitment to stay up to date really isn't as large as we think it is. Now, if you do need some help getting up to date, starting to build this habit, that is exactly what I do in the Let's Get Up to Date package, where we work together over 3 months and we have a regular session. So we start to build that habit. We make it as easy as possible. We make sitting down as easy as possible. I try to make it enjoyable, but I can't always guarantee what your reward will be. And that package is currently $545, 6 hours with me, and we will get your financial year up to date. And there's also actually a free training that you can watch that I recorded last week, 2 weeks ago, on getting your finances up to date without pretending you love numbers. And I will leave the description to chat with me about either of those in the description for the video. I hope you have enjoyed this content. If you have, I would love you to give me a like or leave a comment. This just helps other business owners like you find this content and make their own bookkeeping habit. And you can subscribe to the channel for more videos on business finances like this.